There was once a young monk who lived in a monastery with his master. The young monk was very diligent in his practice, but he always felt restless and dissatisfied. He wanted to explore the world and learn new things, but he was afraid to leave his comfort zone. One day, he gathered enough courage to ask his master for permission to travel. The master agreed, but he gave him a condition. He said, "You can go anywhere you want, but you must always carry this bowl with you. It is a precious bowl that has been passed down for generations in our lineage. You must never let it out of your sight, or you will lose everything." The young monk was puzzled by this strange request, but he agreed. He packed his belongings and set off on his journey. He carried the bowl with him everywhere he went, holding it carefully in his hand. He was very curious about the different places and people he encountered, but he also felt very anxious and constrained. He could not enjoy anything fully because he was always worried about the bowl. He could not relax because he was always alert. He could not interact with others freely because he was always guarded. He traveled for many months, but he did not find any peace or happiness. He only felt more frustrated and miserable. He began to resent the bowl and his master for giving him such a burden. He wondered why he had to carry this useless object that only brought him trouble and pain. One night, he came across a river that he had to cross. There was no bridge, so he had to wade through the water. As he stepped into the river, he felt a sudden surge of water that knocked him off balance. He stumbled and fell, and the bowl slipped out of his hand. He watched in horror as the bowl sank into the depths of the river, disappearing from his sight. He felt a pang of panic and grief, but then something unexpected happened. He also felt a wave of relief and joy. He realized that he was free from the burden of the bowl. He realized that he had been holding on to something that had no value or meaning for him. He realized that he had wasted his time and energy on something that had only limited his potential and happiness. He smiled and laughed, feeling a new sense of freedom and lightness. He continued his journey, but this time with a different attitude. He was no longer afraid to leave his comfort zone. He was eager to explore new possibilities and experiences. He was open to learn from others and share with others. He was able to enjoy everything fully because he was no longer attached to anything. He became a wise and happy monk who inspired many people with his stories and teaching. He never forgot the lesson that his master had taught him with the bowl. He realized that the bowl was not a precious object, but a powerful tool. It was a tool that helped him break free from his comfort zone and discover his true self.